Hey, what's up guys? The rank 134 player in the world has jumped to the top of Clash Royale with a Mega Knight deck that has went under the radar with a lot of big buffs. The evolved Pekka, which is the best counter to Mega Knight in the game, got galaxy-sized nerfs in the recent balance changes, so it doesn't heal near as much. Out of all the tower troops, Cannoneer had the highest damage output, countering Mega Knights and killing wall breakers before they reached the tower. And after Cannoneer became a trash tower troop with a notable damage nerf, wall breakers and Mega Knights thrive. And no one good at the game played Archer Queen either, because lightning was everywhere to counter Goblin Stein, so it also countered Archer Queen, and it made playing Archer Queen miserable. But since Goblin Stein just got a nerf, lightning is going to be less prevalent, so Archer Queen has reclaimed her throne as one of the best cards in the game. This entire Mega Knight deck got better because of other cards getting nerfed in the game, and no one really knows about it. It's time to jump back into the arena with this masterful Mega Knight deck, jump on some towers, and assert dominance. And massive Mega Knight love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the hyper videos possible. All right, we got a game against someone with a Goblin Stein in the banner, so he's probably going to be playing that card despite it just getting a nerf. So I think that Goblin Stein is still a fantastic champion if you want to be playing it. A lot of pros are still using it. But today, we get to show you guys a different type of play. No Goblin Stein in the deck. Instead, we have Archer Queen. So Archer Queen is flown under the radar because Goblin Stein has been so strong. And she dies to lightning just like the Goblin Stein Doctor, so it's not necessarily like the best option in the world in the last meta where everyone was running lightning to kill Goblin Stein. So now, since Goblin Stein won't be played as much, there's going to be a universe where Archer Queen makes sense to be played. Anyway, we're going to subtly cycle our Mega Knight in the back first option we can, and then we're going to go in for probably an Archer Queen and a Zap. Reason is we want to reset that Inferno Dragon, and I think we're in a fantastic position to go and pop the ability and shred the rest of his cards. Also, another underlying buff that this deck got is the wall breakers. I would say that that is the biggest change for this deck. Ever since the Cannoneer is not the best tower in the game, people won't be able to one-shot your wall breakers and then be like, hey, I don't have to respond to it. Literally, Cannoneer used to kill wall breakers before the wall breakers even connected to the tower, and you were wasting 2 elixir as a win condition, which makes it useless. So I'm glad that that's back in business. Also, the guy activating King Tower makes me a little bit of a sad sir, but you know what? We'll be a sly Mega Knight player and watch as our push flies in the right. So I want to actually go in for the Mega Knight in the left and then wall breakers the right and try to get damage that way, because the way I see it is he's going to be so concentrated on the Mega Knight and Prince combo, he'll probably freeze, and then both wall breakers will likely connect in the right. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. So we're trying to bait out all of his elixir here. Freeze Inferno Dragon. Freeze Inferno Dragon. You know you want to. All right, Inferno Dragon, where's the freeze? It has to happen. There it is. We're going to wait a split second, then we're going to go in for a Zap, and I think both wall breakers connect as I anticipated. Isn't that sick that you know, like, you can do that if you've played the game long enough? You're just like, yeah.
First time.
I've memorized this interaction. Like, a lot of times the opponents will do the exact play that they did before, and they're not going to deviate from that, so good for us. Good to be able to go in for an Archer Queen here, and even if he goes in for a Tornado, he just didn't have enough elixir fast enough, so then he's going to end up taking a terrible trade. Tornadoing that means that he has to spend extra elixir on the Evolved Bats and the Bandit and the Archer Queen. And I think both the wall breakers, again, oh, only one of them this time. Unfortunate. A little bit unlucky, guys. What can I say? Sometimes we do not get full luck out here. But we can go for Bandit and also go in for our aggressive stance with wall breakers after. I think that we want to go pop the Archer Queen ability so we can trounce the wizard. And even if he tornadoes, I might be able to find a way through with another aggressive stance of Bats plus Prince, because he'll probably not have wizard back. So I think that the Bats might lock tower, which could be good. Oh, he got back to wizard. Unfortunate. So I think at this point, it's better for us to go in for Bandit and then Mega Knight directly on everything, and then Archer Queen on the left if he decides to go for Balloon or something. But it seems like this guy has no business doing that. He's just going aggro on the right. So I'm going to go Archer Queen here. Should be able to go for a Zap to reset the Inferno Dragon. Oh, he's going to freeze on us. Wait, if he doesn't NATO immediately, the Bats will survive yet again. So we're constantly going for Bats to protect our stuff whenever we get the option. Then the Bandit is going to hustle and bustle through, and he's not going to have an Evolved Wizard this time. Easy arrows target, and then we're going to go in for an Archer Queen ability, possibly get through with wall breakers, and then Bats afterward. I don't think those are the best wall breakers of my life. But if we Zap... yes, sir! They connected. That's huge. Okay, we're going to go Bandit because he's going to have to go left side. He's not going to just let that go. Yeah. Inferno Dragon plus that is interesting. I think we go for Archer Queen. Oh! Holy! So what I was going to do is I was going to pull everything back with the wall breakers, pop the Archer Queen ability, and shred his cards. But the Bandit didn't even give us the option. It's like, Jake, Let's win the game. No more defense. Very fun game to start off the day, and I think we pushed up a little bit, all the way to 5,400 in the world. All right, let's keep up this streak. Our strategy here is to go for Bandit because our Bandits are built different. They always get connections when they shouldn't. So let's go Bandit. Strike your way into our opponent's heart. He's got the heart clan symbol, so I think he's ready for this. I would love to go and get a little bit of a love tap with the Archer Queen if we can't get through with the Bandit, and I think it's better for us to pressure right now because our opponent just used a poison and a log, and they don't have guards in cycle either, so I wonder if they have any way of killing this Prince. I go Prince plus Mega Knight at the bridge, and they're down Elixir. This is one of the most difficult pushes to stop with this deck. So the Mega Knight's able to clean up any bait card that is able to stop the Prince, and it tanks for the Prince, and we just have a lot of stuff rushing at him. I'm not going to go in for anything else extra because they're popping ability, dropping the Goblin Stein and a cannon, so that's 10 Elixir right then and there. Unfortunately, our Prince doesn't find its way through and kills the Goblin Stein, but, you know, it's whatever. It'd be that way sometimes. I can go for bats directly on the... I don't think he's going to pop the ability. That would be foolish for him, right? Sure, it would end up killing the bats, but it's literally within the same vicinity as where it was standing, so it wasn't going to give him any extra value. We're going to arrows before we go in for our Bandit because we want to make sure the Bomber doesn't splash onto us. And then we can go for dual lane pressure with the Bandit and a Prince on the other side. I'll probably go guards as we expected, and we're going to go in for wall breakers here. We want to force a cannon as well, because if these wall breakers connect, it is very annoying for our opponent. He will take a bunch of damage. Yep, just one wall breaker connecting does all that. One of the downsides of this deck was the fact that Goblin Stein will always reach your tower. There's really not that much of a way of knocking it back unless you're using the Evolved Mega Knight, so they will get that guaranteed damage. But the big benefit is if you do have the Evolved Mega Knight in your hand and you're able to knock back the Goblin Stein and they pop the ability, they waste the ability because then the Goblin Stein monster gets super close to the Doctor, so their ability length is shortened astronomically. So we want to get his guards out of cycle, and that's how we're going to win the game. If he doesn't have guards to defend our push, we will probably just pummel him. Also, dual lane pressure here is going to be fun as well because I think we can go in for like a sequence where we go Prince, Bats, arrows on guards, Bomber, and hopefully hit a little bit more with the cannon too. We don't hit the guards, but it is what it is. He is going to struggle here if we go Archer Queen at the bridge. Oh, he just lost the Doctor. The Doctor needs a Doctor, apparently. The Doctor needs a Doctor. Oh my goodness. Look at this value right now. Archer Queen shredded everything. Wait, we can go zap and keep the Archer Queen alive a little bit longer? This is chaos. The Archer Queen is mean. She is pristine. How much damage is she dealing? That is probably the most value I've ever gotten from a champion in a long time. Well, maybe not, because I have been playing the Goblin Stein, but at least any other regular champion, we don't count the pre-nerf Goblin Stein because that card was just not. It was an existence of its own. Anyway, we're going to go for Bats here on the right side because he just uses Ice Spirit, so this is going to be difficult for him to stop. The Bats probably win us the game if they lock onto the tower here, so that's what we're going for. Also, we can go in for wall breakers on this if we wanted, or we could arrows, or we could go Prince. I prefer going Prince because it will give us more counter push than dropping any spell. Whenever you have the ability to drop a unit, drop that freaking unit. Trust me, guys. This what's up. We're going to pop another ability here. We're going to go in for the Mega Knight, and then we're also going to go in for the wall breakers. If we can shred that cannon, I think we win the game, so that's what we're going for here. Ideally, we can cannibal our Mega Knight near the tower, but it does not happen as we anticipated. However, we can go for Bats and just brilliantly spam all of our stuff in the stupidest way possible. I don't think anyone said brilliantly spam in the stupidest way possible except me. I realize we're creating new quotes out here. All right, we can go for a Mega Knight on this. I think that's a good option. And then we will also use our Prince on defense, I think, or Archer Queen, depending on what we're feeling. Prince just generally seems a little bit stronger in this position because obviously our opponent will end up having a poison. We don't want him to poison on the Archer Queen and then log it and then kill it. So a little bit important to maximize your durations of units staying alive. All right, we're at arrows, and then we can go in for Bats again. The Bandit probably bustles its way through. Bandit, built different every single game. She's the one that steals it for us. I can't say I love any card more than the Bandit in this deck. She is definitely the MVP. After she stole yet another game for me, we pushed up to 3,700 in the world. Bandit's out here stealing towers and my heart. All right, my guy's got a Mega Knight and a Pekka in the banner, so maybe he's going to be running some chaotic deck with both of them. Anyway, you guys know the deal. Bandit in the back. So if I cycle that and we get our opponent to apply any pressure, we're going to wall breakers and Prince on the right because he just dropped 7 elixir. Cycling that is insane, man. Sure, you're going to be able to stop. No, he didn't stop the wall breakers. One of them is still connected to the tower. That's crazy. I thought he dropped the rage at the right time. So if you rage on your tower and you hit the wall breakers with the rage, you can full counter wall breakers with just a rage and a princess tower. I guess he didn't know that interaction. He got wrecked. So if we can get a good archer queen here with a zap, I wonder if we fully shut down the Pekka.
What are you doing?
Me? Just hanging around.
Pekka. Not quite, but we get the archer queen going in the right side, which is also the right lane for us to go and push in. So now we can do dual lane pressure yet again. Archer queen when the opponent's had a low amount of elixir is so obnoxious. I could pop the ability, but I think I'm going to get around the same amount of value with both of them, so not going to do that. I can go wall breakers and split them. So the reason we're going to do this is if we actually, I was thinking about, yeah, screw it, we're going to split it. So then the bomber ends up hitting one of the wall breakers, and then the other one is not going to get damaged by the splash damage, and he still has to respond to the one on the right. I think that's a high IQ play. Maybe you guys call me stupid, but look at that. We got free damage again. And we're living rent-free in this guy's brain as he's in pain. Okay, let's be a deplorable dude and go for a zap on top of this fisherman so we stop it, like, make it reset, do all of its hard work yet again. Also, I think one of the most obnoxious cards in the game right now are guards. They're so good. They don't die to spells. I think they were definitely overbuffed. But at the same time, I love playing them. I just hate playing against them, especially when I'm running a beatdown deck like ours. I'm going to go Bandit here with wall breakers. If he goes like that and Egypt drags... What? We're going to drag your tower down. We're going to make you frown, bro. There's no way. There ain't no way he just lost the tower like that. Wait, watch this. Watch this. The strategies, guys. The gameplay. The performances. All right, we're going to do this. It does kill the Electro Dragon, and then it stays alive, and then the bats don't die, and the Archer Queen locks on a tower. Wait, did we just out-heal and Everlast the Pekka? There's no way that the bats survived the poison. Oh, that'd be so crazy. If they did, I would have just won the game. Anyway, he is saying good game here. What if I do one of these? I go like this, and then I arrows on the guards that you have to drop in like 2 seconds. No, he was too smart. He was so clean with it. Wait, it doesn't even matter. Oh, this bandit value is getting fatter. Yo, I love it. I love it. Say less, game. All right, let's go Archer Queen with wall breakers. Pop an ability. If the Archer Queen gets pushed onto the tower, we just win. It did. I think the wall breakers pushed the Archer Queen. Let's go. So all we have to do is defend this and we win the game. Holy. All right. The strategies here. The strategies. Let's like pull everything back. I feel like a deplorable dude doing this. Like, this Mega Knight is not meant to do much. Oh, what if we prince and then wall breakers and just kite the Pekka back even more? Oh my goodness. Watch this. Wait, never mind. Don't watch this. I didn't pull it back. Watch me fail and still stay alive. That's what I meant to say, guys. Completely calculated. We just showed that to declare our dominance, not even needing that elixir. In reality, I really thought I was going to pull back 2 Pekkas with double wall breakers and feel cool, but at least we still win the game. This guy's got a little witch in the banner, and hopefully he can cook up a lot of skeletons to feed our spam. Because sometimes the skeletons will pull our bandit and allow our bandit to leapfrog onto a card that's really close to the tower, and then we can hit the tower after we kill the skeleton, and it's very fun to do that. However, our opponents probably don't enjoy it. Anyway, we see that our opponent is likely going to be running a Mega Knight counter with Pekka, so not necessarily the best matchup for me, but hey, you know what? Maybe he doesn't have elixir for this, and we can Mega Knight early on, and then go for wall breakers, and then devour the Pekka with bats. That's what I want to see. Please zap on the wall breakers. Please zap on the wall breakers. Oh, he just let it go. That's not good for me. Whenever someone does that, it just exudes confidence that I don't want to see. I don't want to see someone eat an entire 2 elixir investment that's going to do 2,000 damage-ish. I guess 1,200, but you shouldn't eat that. Like, what is he going to do? He's definitely going to all in me or something, so I need to keep all of my elixir. Yeah, I knew it. I knew he was going to run something like that. Whenever you match them to someone that's got a elixir collector, they're going to try to build up a big push and then kill you. So I need to be very, very vigilant about how I spend my elixir here, or I will lose the game. This is going to be difficult. I think this is going to be difficult for us to ever get positive elixir trades, but I'm going to go in for a Archer Queen ability right as it's about to get hit by the Barbarian, so we can maximize its time on the map. And we're going to go wall breakers here. The Bandit does dash, so that's big. The wall breaker, oof, I mean, it's not going to give us that much at all. I could have maybe zapped, but I think the wall breaker, no, it didn't connect. I should have zapped on top of the elixir collector and the tower there, so then the wall breaker would have connected to the tower. That would have been big. But man, he's just got such a big elixir advantage on me. This is bad. This is not what we want. Oh, geez. I'm gonna have to generate the biggest positive elixir trade of my life with this Mega Knight evolution. So, see how it goes, but it's not going great. I'm gonna zap here. I could also arrows on the hunter and also hit the elixir collector, but hey, not the way that we wanted to play, bro. All right, we're gonna ignore the hunter, it seems, and then maybe go for a Mega Knight evolution on the right. So, I'll see if I can Mega Knight on 3 musketeers or not. Yeah, he's gonna drop him there. Still difficult for us to get a good trade, but we can Prince, maybe wall breakers, so then he doesn't reset the Prince. Nah, I'm just going to let it go, I think. I can go in for a Bandit on the left side, and that will be more than enough, and we Mega Knight on everything here. All right, cool. Yeah, this is looking good. This is looking good. I like this. I like this. Go for Bats, Zap, Mega Knight. So this Mega Knight is definitely ready to destroy all of his cards, and we can capitalize and possibly go in for a Archer Queen and a lot of stuff on the left because it's going to be difficult for him to get a good trade because he only has one Musketeer protecting that. So I think both wall breakers connect if I played this well. And I did. Let's go. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So really punishing the one Musketeer lane when they've cycled one Musketeer means that they don't have that much elixir to pour into their defenses, right? So you want to go and apply pressure into that one and then, you know, just try to defend minimally on the other side. Another pro tip is let one Musketeer lock onto your tower and then you go in for the Bats on the 2 Musketeer lane with one of the Musketeers locked onto the tower. And if you do that, you kind of win the game. Oh, wait, what? The Mega Knight just jumped on the tower. I didn't even realize that. I said win the game and I won the game. Let's go. You ask and you shall receive, says the game. Holy heck. My cards just jump and dash onto the tower with a mind of their own. The tip that I was trying to say as we were winning the game was let one of the Musketeers from the lane of the 2 Musketeers lock onto your tower and then drop Bats. Because if you drop your Bats on the 2 Musketeers and have the 2 Musketeers target the Bats die super fast and they can't clean up the 2 Musketeers. But if you let one Musketeer lock onto your tower, they don't have enough damage to clean up your Bats and you get a completely clean cleanup against the 2 Musketeers only using 2 elixir from Bats. Yo, we are matching into a rank 250 player for the last game of the day. Let's go. We are leveling up the tryhard status and we're playing against someone a lot better than me, so let's go. It's nice to play against someone significantly better than your skill because that's how you push yourself and that's how you get, I don't know, challenged to have to play better to win. So I'm gonna go for arrows here. Not gonna be fantastic yet, but it did actually end up being great. Wow. He ended up slimily cycling his skeleton dragons right into the arrows. He's like, yo, don't mind me if I do. All right, we're gonna go for a Prince here because the guards are out of cycle. And I think this could be brilliant for us to go in for a Mega Knight with it. Y'all might laugh at me going right into a fly machine, but I don't think he has good answers to this. It's going to be difficult for him to defend when he doesn't have guards in cycle, especially if the Prince can just lock onto what we want. Oh, that was not it. That was not it. I goofed. I goofed. I spent so much elixir there too. All right, we can maybe get Bats down and be okay. We'll see. Cycling Bats here feels horrible if he goes in for any spell, and he does, of course. Well played, well played. All right, so I chaotically tried to crash down on him, and I ended up being a failure. So sometimes it makes sense to do that, but he was very vigilant with his cycle, and he got back to guards, and then he pulled off a way more cost-effective defense. Thought a lot of his cards would die there, and they just didn't. So well played. We're trying to spam in the other side for the rest of this game because any cards that he defends with, we don't want him to counter push in the side that he wants. Also, skeleton dragons are not that scary, so I might be better off going in for a Prince here, letting one of the skeleton dragons lock onto my tower, so then we minimize the amount of damage taken on the tower. See what we're gonna get. Wait, the Prince connects to that before it pulls in? That's crazy. I did not know that interaction. Anyway, we can go for an evolved Mega Knight. We're gonna wait because we super want the thing to get as close to our tower as possible, so we minimize the amount of damage that it gets on us, and also if it's a lot closer to us, then our tower will be able to hit it too, guaranteed. All right, we're gonna arrows here, and we'll see if we can break through with the Bandit. I think so. I mean, it would just not make sense if it didn't. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. And we also put him in a position where his skeleton dragons are useless. Like, they're not going to do much. And then we can go in for dual lane pressure, probably get guards on the right. Oof, I was hoping we get guards. It's still okay for us to go Prince and then go in for Bats and then go Bandit because he doesn't have the best card cycle right now. I bet you without arrows, it's going to be hard for him to defend this. Like, it's almost guaranteed to get damage. 100%, right? If we arrows on the bomber, we're also gonna get other stuff. Yeah, let's go, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Minimizing the amount of negative interactions possible and taking risks when it matters is how you win a lot of these games. All right, so he's lava hounding right now, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to defend a balloon, so I gotta go all in on both sides. Our strategy here is to go Archer Queen with Mega Knight and Bats on... Actually, I might be able to defend this a lot easier than I thought. What if I go for this? And then the Mega Knight just jumps onto the tower. And then we go in for wall breakers. This could do really, really well. both wall breakers will connect, and as long as I'm able to stop the skeleton dragons, yo! I was training down a zap there and it didn't drop in time, but we still didn't get our tower dropped, which was pretty miraculous. I mean, we did have his tower at 2000 HP on the left side, but oh man, that game could have got wild. Even though we didn't have to do that top 252 player in the world that dirty, we did have a pretty cheesy play with an archer queen in the middle on one of our earlier matches. And if you told me I was going to beat one of the best players in the world that's running Lava Hound Lightning with an archer queen deck, I wouldn't have believed you. But since this Mega Knight deck is so dynamic, even if you can't defend your opponent's big Lava Hound pushes, they're not able to go on offense very often because they're focused on defense. What I'm saying is this Mega Knight deck is capable of devouring some of the worst matchups in the game as long as you play aggressive enough. Jump on the like button, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.